About a year ago, we were in Northern California. We were in Napa for Michelle's birthday. It was a big one. She turned 40. And it was like, we got to do something fun, something memorable, not just like, oh, let's go to dinner. It's a big birthday. So went to the French Laundry. It was, a cool experience. But uh, one of the experiences in barbecue that I kind of always wondered what it would be like is if Daniel Vaughn showed up. And I know, like, we're out here in Southern California. It's not something that's going to happen every day or even ever at all. But, like just doing barbecue, doing pop-ups all the way back to like 2016, 17. We're doing smorgasbord and they're just like, man, I would talk to my wife about it all the time. They're like, wouldn't it be wild if like one of these days Daniel Vaughn showed up, and it would be like, but we never really do barbecue or cook barbecue for critics or influencers. It's just like one of those things. He's another person, and it's just like it'd be wild to feed him. And so, kind of thinking about it that way. And I've seen him kind of travel around outside of Texas and hit up spots and be like, yeah, I mean, it's not impossible. He might do it. And like it just hadn't happened. It had been a number of years. But we're still doing our things, whether he came or not. And so we're in Napa and we're having a good time. And then I get a call from a barbecue friend and he was just like, hey, Daniel Vaughn's in town. I was like, yeah, I saw that. I was like, but I don't think he's going to come. He's like, no, he's like literally hitting like the barbecue spots. And so like, sure enough, he hits up Slab and then he goes to Heritage. And I was like, this motherfucker's coming and I'm not there. And I was like, oh, whatever, And I'm like worried. It's like, what if the food's not good? But even though like our team always makes it good, like they're always on it. And like whether I'm there or Michelle's there or we're not here, like we trust our team enough that we know like we can go do things and like it's going to be just as good as if we're the ones on the pits or in the kitchen making the sides. But it's just that little bit of doubt because we're not there looking at what goes out, right? And so yeah, long story short, like we're out having a good time, and then Adrian calls me. It's like, bro, David Chang's there. I thought it was Daniel Vaughn, and he was like, David Chang just got here. He's sitting at the bar, and he's like ordered barbecue. I was like, I'm fucking worried about Daniel Vaughn showing up, and David Chang's there now. I was like, holy shit! It's like it was just a crazy weekend. So David Chang's there. He's eating the food. He's like, team took care of him. Seemed like everything went well. And then like hour and a half later, Daniel Vaughn shows up, and I was just like, what a weekend to not be at the restaurant. But anyways, like he gets there, and like I jump on the camera, and I was like, oh shit, it is Daniel Vaughn, and it was just like, all right, cool. Well, we couldn't be there, but I was like on the phone with Adrian. I was like, make sure the team takes care of, make sure everything looks nice. Like don't cherry pick anything, just whatever we have, we have. He came later in the day too. It's like maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock when if you know a thing or two about barbecue, it's like it's good all day, but it's it has its prime moment. And so Adrian was like, bro, like you and your wife have a good time. It's her birthday. We got this. So they took care of it, and I was like, well, if I can't be there, like my kids have to be there. So we called our mother. Michelle called her mom. I was like, get her on the phone, pull the kids from school, So she pulled the kids, and my oldest, Andrew, came out, and he met Daniel Vaughn. My little one did too, and Andrew like presented Daniel with the tray. He kind of went through everything with him. So it's kind of like we still got that experience and that vibe, like even though we weren't there. And couple weeks later, a month later or so, like Daniel wrote something on Texas Monthly and, talked about us and barbecue out here and said like we were some of the best best tasting brisket or barbecue that he's had in LA. So it was just kind of cool to know that like we've been doing this and trained our team well enough that like they can manage it when we're not here. And if someone of that level who's had everybody's barbecue says we're doing a good job, even when we're not there, like just also like reassured us that like if anybody comes in and they're like, this barbecue's whatever, it's not like awesome, it was just like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, like we've had people that know what's up come in and like, we don't get cocky about it, obviously, like we're always like if we did, we wouldn't give a shit, right? So it's just like, even though he's come, it's like, could be like a neighbor who lives down the street. We want them to have that same experience, but like, just kind of like, I don't know, I guess kind of winding that down is just like, I've always kind of worked like, and trim my briskets and cook my briskets and like like got everything ready so that that one day if Daniel Vaughn showed up, like we were ready. And then the one day he shows up, I'm not even here. But you know, it was cool that he came and our team was ready because like we trained our team well enough that they got it done. He came, he had the food, and you know, that's my Daniel Vaughn moment. I wasn't here for it, but you know, thanks for coming in.